Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the closing bell here at MarketStream.live. My name is Joseph Cusick with the Cusick Group, securities offered by MoneyBlock. Here to wrap up all of today's market action, the second trading day of 2017. And I'm telling you, it was impressive to say the least. Taking a look at the markets, the Dow Jones Industrial, 44 points away at one point in time from hitting that Dow 20,000. I could have pulled out my Dow 10,000 hat that I had when I was in the pit. I dusted off, put a little 2 after it. But with that being said, the market was on a tear. The Dow Industrial finished the day at 19,942. That was up 60 points. You had the crude oil markets trading up 92 cents at 53.25, trading off of its worst levels. You also had the Russell 2000 trading up right around about $20, $20.30 at 1386.30 on the futures. Taking a look at the S&Ps, you saw the S&Ps were basically up for most of the day, up 12 by the end of the session, trading at 2264 and 50 cents. The Nasdaq, the March futures were trading up $27.50, trading at 4,933 and 75 cents. And then finally, VIX volatility. Actually, looking at the January futures, they finished up 2 cents at 13.20. But boy, they've been in the teens, and it has been an awfully bullish day. As a matter of fact, 9 out of the 11 sectors finished the day in positive territory, and the leader was materials. XLB up 1.4%. They claim the top spot. Consumer discretionary right behind, which is very interesting because now we're going to start getting same store sales, say that 3 times fast, out. And consumer discretionary as a sector was up 1.3% today. That's XLY. And these basically started to benefit right off the bat from automakers. The automakers came out with their December sales numbers, and it was better than expected. On a year-over-year basis, you have General Motors, which was up $1.94 today at 37.09. GM reported a 10% increase, while Ford, ticker symbol F, was up 58 cents at 13.17. They saw a 0.3% increase. And believe me, that is a big bump because consensus for Ford was that they were actually going to be down 1.6%. The two names finished the day in the green, up 5.5% and 4.6% respectively. We also saw that real estate started to move. The sector was up about 1.2%. Rates, again, holding firm, didn't move much, especially on the later end of the curve. On the 30-year, there wasn't a big pop in yield. We thought maybe with this rally, you'd see that bond prices would start to come off pretty dramatically and yields would start to pop. Well, they didn't. Financials, they were up as well today, up about 0.9%, but not as dramatically as you've seen the other sectors. Healthcare was up 0.7%. And these are all really performing well and better than the broader market. Now, healthcare was helped by biotech. IBB was up about $7 today, around 2.7% at 277.73. You also saw that information technology was on the move. That was up about 0.4%. That's again helping the tech sector. The big large cap components like Apple, they were actually flat for most of the day, finished the day down 13 cents at 116.02. And Microsoft down 28 cents. So basically flat at 62.30. And you saw Google down 24 cents. So you're not seeing these large cap tech names really being the driver in tech or in the market in general. That has to leave you scratching your head saying, what's going on here? If this was actually as bullish as everyone says, which it still is, what are we looking at here? You did see, though, one of the best sectors that we talked about last night in the closing bell was telecom. They finished the day lower by about 0.3%. IYZ, you can take a look at that. And other than telecom sector, energy was the most underperforming sector, down 0.3%. And you know what? That was interesting because we did see a rebound in crude. The crude contract finished the day at over $53, up almost about 2%. Now, that was also in front of what was become a weaker dollar trade today, which was a change of pace since we've seen the dollar index basically over 103 and the strength just astronomical in the buck. But it finished the day lower by about 0.6% at around 102.58 on the dollar index. Maybe one of the drivers was the fact that the FOMC, the Federal Reserve, they did release their minutes. As I said, you wanted to keep a close eye on it. And after the dollar has pulled, after that announcement and looking at the minutes, the dollar pulled off its 14-year high. Basically, what the discussion was in the last meeting where they did raise a quarter of a point is that they were looking at the dollar strength and they said, while that may be putting some headwinds on potential growth, they were looking at it as a double-edged sword because it could also pull back some of the inflation concerns that we're starting to see rear its heads, both with the CPIs across the world going up, as well as the PMIs moving quite dramatically, both domestically and globally. There is uncertainty about possible changes on fiscal policies, but all in all, I think members are staying the course. They see that the near-term risk with the uncertainty on what a Trump administration is going to do as far as policies are concerned in the near term aren't going to be that impactful, but they're going to keep an eye on it. Treasuries, they're going to be your barometer of the implications of those policies and what the Fed could potentially do. And as I said, the latter end of the curve, the 10-year and the 30-year basically finished flat. The bonds were mixed at best. With the 10-year basically flat and the 30-year up a little bit. Yields were flat, not seeing a lot of action there, even though we had this huge rally in the equities and we had the dollar pull off. We are going to watch a couple earnings announcements going into tomorrow morning, and I wanted to point those out. We have two companies that are most notable that are going to be reporting. First one is Monsanto, ticker symbol MON. Stock finished the day up 28 cents. It's trading at 105. Right now, the options are pricing in the potential range of basically $2.51. So that means that tomorrow, after the announcement, we could see the stock as high as 107 and some change or as low as 103 and some change. We're going to keep a close eye on that. We're also seeing Walgreens Boots Alliance, WBA, Walgreens, trading at 82.98, up 2 cents today. Now, they're reporting before the open tomorrow, and we'll talk about this in the opening bell, but the options right now are pricing in that the stock could move either up or down going into this event about $3. So you have a range of basically between $86 on the upside and as low as $79 on the downside, and that's what's just being priced in for the next 24 hours. So it'd be very interesting to see how this activity is going to play out. All right, folks, that's it for the closing bell right now. Thanks so much for joining us here at MarketStream.live today. I'm going to be on bright and early at 8:30 Eastern Time. We're going to start with the overnight action in Asia. Then at 8:45 Eastern Time, we will touch base and look at what's going on in Europe. And then at 9:30 Eastern Time, we will do the opening bell and then continue with the rest of our programming for the day. So thanks so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you on MarketStream.live tomorrow. Take care.